それには醤油を使ってくれ、セイバー。間違ってもマヨネーズなんてかけてくれるな。
Use a soy sauce for that, Saber. Don't put mayonnaise on it, even by mistake. Okay, we're just having a happy, fun time meal. Meals don't need voices. Take that and that and that. Hi everybody, Renegade 67 and or 8 here, and that with some more oh, you're okay, or are you? I don't know yet. I'll leave them half on. No, that's silly. So hi everybody, Renegade 67 and or 8 here with some more Let's Play Blind Fate Stay Night stream of the Fate variety. So last time Shinji got his schnoz punched in by Rin, and that was not couth. But no, it should have been, I wanted to see it, that's the problem. Or it should have been more. We need to kill Shinji. Hashtag let's kill Shinji. What? Actually, though, I do remember that last time we met Shinji, I started to get a slightly better impression of him, so I'm not actually sure. It's just that, you know, even though I, as a renegade, am starting to get a slightly better impression of maybe Shinji as a person, that doesn't mean this isn't a Grail where we need to be fighting to the death and killing people. Come on! Anyways. I see. Well, I saw Taiga do so, so I thought I should as well. That's peer pressure! Peer pressure, Saber. Don't fall into Taiga's silly habits. Ellipses. Oh, what's up, Rin? Are you thinking sexual thoughts? Because you're thinking about how Shinji liked you, apparently, and how maybe you're starting to now consider that maybe a bunch of guys really like you, and it's not just casual. And you turned down every guy ever, not even because you don't necessarily like them, but because like you just can't get into something if you're not the one who initiates. God. Fujine is just playing around. She's not much of a reference, so be careful from now on. Well, maybe even if she is sometimes her playing around could be serious. Serious playing around? I see. I was referencing Sakura before, so you never warned me, but I don't think Sakura... I see. So because... we dropped the Sakura card. How's Rin going to feel about that? But so Saber was referencing Sakura, but now Sakura's not here, so she's referencing... Interesting, though, that you chose to reference Sakura before choosing to reference Taiga. I guess you had because Sakura seems more mild-mannered, you thought that would be a better place of imitation, but you gotta learn, you know, you can't just be imitating Saber, you gotta learn what to eat of your own volition, or how to eat it. You may like it with mayonnaise, or you may not. You can taste food, right? As a ghost, you can still taste food. You should have your own opinions. You shouldn't just copy what other people do because it's the proper way. In that respect, I respect Taiga for eating in weird, crazy, unnormal ways, if that's how she likes to eat. No, I'm not angry. I worked hard to make it, so I just want you to have it at its best. At its best. Ooh, boy, that gets me riled up. Pet peeve, at its best. I feel like at its best is up to the eater's decision a lot of the time, but anyways, it is probably bad if she gets peer pressured into putting mayonnaise on it. If that is not the normal thing, and she just thought it was the normal thing, I just think it's fine so long as they know it's not the normal thing and they choose to do it. Anyways, getting back to the original conversation. Ellipses, what was the original conversation? Shiro, I'll take seconds. I'll take sevens. Give me lots of stuff in my miso soup. Lots of stuff. Oh boy. Seconds. Maybe it really is sevenths with you. Like by the time we get to seconds, you just have so much that your helpings, you might as well be having like 4 helpings at once. So it might as well be 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8ths. Alright, how about you, Saber? I bet you're hungry since we worked hard today. Also, you're a shonen protagonist, right? Yeah, she has a big appetite if I remember correctly. Not really, but I'll take another just in case. Just in case? To keep your energy up? Or just in case, like, there's an attack in the middle of the night? Yeah, go ahead. If you also started acting... if you also started recklessly raiding the fridge at night because you were too hungry to sleep, I'd die of shock. Recklessly raiding the fridge at night. Usually, midnight snacks aren't the best idea. It sort of depends. I mean... They can mess with your sleep a bit. I'm of the opinion you should probably get all your eating done a few hours before the late night time. But I mean, it depends on what you're eating. And also, if you're a consenting adult consenting with yourself to eat late at night, it's not that bad. But Sometimes they can fuck with your sleep and your dreams and your stuff. Ellipses. That's terrible. I told you that wasn't me. It was some burglar that raided the fridge. Was there actually a burglar? How long ago was this? Was it a one-time event? Because, I mean, if it's an ongoing occurrence, I think it's harder for you to shift the blame. If it is a one-time event, though, then, maybe you didn't do it anymore because you grew to respect Shiro or something? Could you tell that robber that she shouldn't just eat meat, but that she should eat vegetables as well? And tell her not to finish off all the desserts in the fridge as if that's what she was after. Gee, she's like a hungry animal or something. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people are like, ew, veggies, I'll just have the meat and the desserts. That's not an uncommon occurrence. I think that's hardly just a taiga thing. Don't call me a tiger! Okay, well, she just admitted to it. Also, technically he didn't say tiger, at least if the text is to be believed. He said hungry animal, not tiger. Whoa, I didn't call you that. Oh, hot! Don't throw the hot white radish, you idiot! God, you just freaking... Like, it's so slapsticky, but, like, that could seriously hurt someone. How would you feel then, Taiga? I have to assume to some extent she knows what she's doing as to not actually cause any actual serious hurt that could be actually actual. Let's just be fake. Ellipses. Shiro, it seems the pot in the kitchen is boiling. Boiling! Taiga just assaults Shiro with hot food all the time. You said hot, so I'm gonna make a sex joke. I'm not gonna make one though, I'm just gonna imagine one. And you can too. That's why it's called a Let's Play. I don't make up the jokes, you get to make them up for me and imagine them. That's how it's a group F. Huh? Oh, hold on, Fujine. I need to turn the fire off. Uh-oh, someone get the fire extinguisher. Someone go get, Actually, that makes me wonder. So, Rin seems just quite pensive. I think she's thinking about the whole boyfriend and boys liking girls thing throughout this whole thing. And maybe she's also thinking about how Shiro feels about her, or how she feels about Shiro. The fact that maybe Shiro's never asked her out. Something. Maybe she's starting to think of what it's like from someone else's perspective. Because after all, if you can only do things when you initiate Rin, if everyone had that same attitude, then no relationships would basically ever happen. Unless the two people awkwardly asked each other out at the exact same time. Alright, bring some chicken and boiled egg and soy sauce quickly. Right, I was about to say, I wonder if Ilya... Because Ilya is sensitive to the cold, how does she feel with hot? Is she sensitive to temperature in general? Or is she more okay with the hot temperatures? Roger, then keep Fujine company, Saber. Yes, please do not rush your cooking, Shiro. Ellipses. I get up. Oh yeah. Why has Tosaka been quiet all this time? Tosaka? Does dinner taste bad? No, it's nothing, so don't talk to me. She's thinking about boys and cooties and it's gross. She looks away sullenly. She's not the kind to drag that thing about Shinji out this long, so maybe something has irritated her. Well, she wouldn't have dragged it out, but you bringing up the thing about romance and how Shinji might like her, I think has made her evaluate her relationship with you, I think is what's going on. Not that Shiro would ever pick up on that, because Shiro wouldn't believe that a girl would like him. No way, not him, Baka. What's to like about Shiro? He's just some nobody, Baka. Anyways, dinner ends as usual, and Fujine goes home satisfied. Time for magic drug training? Saber and Tosaka are in the living room. It was an awkward move before, but since I've trained with Saber for the past 2 days, it doesn't feel awkward anymore. Saber, you can go to bed. I'll do the rest. Or, Saber, you can go to bed. I'll turn the voices on now, because we're in magic drug time training. Magic drug time training. Let's go. I enjoy the magic drug time training.
いえ、シローが眠るまでは私も起きています。シローの魔術がどれほどの腕なのか、リンから聞きたいところでもありますから。
No, I will stay awake until you go to sleep. You have to protect me. Granted, Rin could protect me. Granted, she could betray me. I would also like to learn from Rin how skilled you are in magic. The answer is not very. I mean, how much do you know about magic, Saber? I assume you know some amount just based on your knowledge from being summoned by the Grail, but...
そうか。なら今日は早めに遠坂の部屋に行こう。構わないよな、遠坂。
Or maybe when Saber says, I'd like to learn how skilled you are, she means how naturally skilled you are. Because even if I don't have the gift, even if I don't have the magic metachlorians passed on to me, maybe when I get when I get magically drugged up, I'll suddenly like have the potential. Maybe. I see. Let's go to Tosaka's room a bit earlier than usual. You don't mind, Tosaka?
ええ、構わないけど。ずいぶんとセイバーと仲良くなったのね、あなた。
No, I don't mind, but you're getting along much better with Saber. Don't be disappointed, Silk Cannon. Just don't. Oh, every time when I hear someone say I am X, because I can't help but think of what's the movie? Animal House? No, yeah, and it's like don't get mad, get even. Which even if it's not relevant, that's what comes to mind. I'm sorry. Saber knew this weird guy named Merlin, so may have known a bit about magic. But what was Merlin like in? That's weird. Thinking of it from that perspective, that's weird. But what was her Merlin like? Because was her Merlin actually a guy? Because she was supposed to be a guy and wasn't. Anyways, no, I don't mind, but you're getting along much better with Saber. And are you starting to get jealous about that? It seemed like before you weren't jealous at all about me being with a ghost, but now you're seeming to get jealous about me being with a ghost because your feelings are really flaring up for me. Is that right? Is that at all close to the correct assumption? Ellipses question mark? For some reason, Tosaka says this with the same displeasure she had when we were eating dinner. She's really starting to get the feels for me now, which is right around the time I've started to see Saber in the shower scenes. Maybe what we need is to see Rin in the shower scene. No, then she'd throw things at me, but she'd secretly be really happy.
部屋で待ってるから、後片付けが終わったら来て。
I'll be waiting in my room, so come when you're done cleaning up.
それと、明日からは私も学校を休むから。午後は私のところに来なさいよね。
I'll also be skipping school from tomorrow on, so come to my place in the afternoon. Come to your place! Oh my god, putting it on thick. I think she's finally realized. That she has hardcore feelings for Shiro, and she wants to start acting on them. I feel like this is way too overt to not have realized. Like, all of a sudden, she's also going to be skipping school? What happened to looking for whoever set up the magic crests at school? Did she already figure it out? To suddenly put that off, she's suddenly putting her hormones in front of actually the Grail War, and that there's someone who set up the blood crest and is going to kill everyone in the school. And it's kind of important we have someone there investigating, but... Jeez. I'll also be skipping school from tomorrow on. Also come to my place. Not even at here. We're going to come to my place. God. Yeah, she really, really has realized, I think, her feelings for Shiro. Maybe when she caught the realization because Shiro's like, hey, Shinji likes you. And she's like, oh, I only get into something when I initiate. Wait a second. Maybe I should initiate. And now she wants to initiate with Shiro, I think, is what she's contemplating. She's never initiated before because, I don't think she's need to. Her convo with Shinji made her realize her feelings for Shiro. I don't think her convo with Shinji made her realize her feelings. I think her convo with Shiro about Shinji having feelings for Shiro is what made her... No, with Shinji having feelings for Shiro, I think her convo with Shiro about Shinji having feelings for her is what made her realize her feelings for Shiro. But I think it's a mix of both, but more the latter than the former. Why did I react so badly to Shinji shit-talking Shiro? I mean, there's that. But I think that's how she's felt for a while. She just hasn't realized that that's what it meant to feel that way, I feel. Like, subconsciously, I think for a while she's wanted Shiro's dick. She just... Lots of she's. She, being Rin, is a she. Shiro, Shinji. God. I think she, for a while, has subconsciously wanted Shiro, but hasn't really realized it, and reacting badly to Shinji, to me, is just an extension of her subconsciously wanting Shiro. I think it's Shiro pointing out the actual, liking aspect of how Shinji might like her that got her to, put two and two together. But, come to my place in the afternoon.
シロ、リンに何かしたのですか？彼女は怒っているように見えましたが。
Shiro, did you do something to Rin? She seems angry. Yes. Shiro explained that Shinji likes Rin. That's what's gotten her angry. Because she doesn't like the idea maybe that I think that Shinji and Rin have some kind of romantic future possibly. Because that implies that I will not have a romantic future with Rin. Which is something that may trigger her. If that's a romantic future she wants. And also explains why she's getting mad at me liking Saber more. It's pretty evident.
Saber にもそう見えたか
Did it seem that way to you too? Granted, I don't think Saber would know much about the romance thing either, so... did Saber ever... I don't think Saber could have had a significant other when she was alive, because she was pretending to be a guy the whole time. Or if anything, she would have had a wife. A fake wife. Which, I don't know. That lore is some kind of weird. Whatever their version of that lore is. In universe.
わからないな俺あいつを怒らせるようなことはしてないけど
I don't know. I didn't do anything to anger her. Not specifically, at least. When a girl's angry with you and you don't know why... Arthur had Guinevere in myth. Okay, I don't know what that means. And I don't know if I want to know what that means until the game explains. Because I have no idea how much of Arthur's lore is the same as Arthur's lore. And is different, and I don't know if they're ever going to go into that, so... We both look at each other and tilt our heads. We have no idea why Tosaka's angry. Because neither of us... Because Saber, too, is a shonen boy protagonist, kind of. She had to pretend to be one for a lot of her life, so... We're both in the boy aspect of, huh? What is romance? Does that mean if we like each other, we're gay? No, it doesn't work that way.
それじゃあ出始めにこのランプを強化してみて。
And to start with, go ahead and strengthen this lamp. Eh?
周りのガラスの強度だけ上げればいいから。
You just have to strengthen the glass on the outside. I'm sorry, glass on whose outside? Wait, there's a lamp. Wait, have I taken my magic drugs yet? Or no, I'm still strengthening, so I can do this without magic drugs. She hands me an antique lamp. But to do this, don't I have to, like do the thing that may kill me first? The magic, piercing of my back? Wouldn't magic drugs alleviate that? I sit down. I take a deep breath, holding the lamp in both hands. Tosaka speaks so easily, but I'm rigid all over with tension. Oh yeah, don't be tense. Ooh, just relax, Shiro. Just relax. Even though I do it every night, the reality is that the success rate is below 0.1%. At least the death rate is above that. Yeah. Tosaka says she'll study the extent of my strengthening to determine the level I'm at, but she won't be able to do even that if I fail at the strengthening. Which is to say, what level are you at? The shit level that can't do anything right, that's the level. Dash. That's no good. I shake off my idle thoughts. I concentrate my mind on the lamp. Oh geez, the blueprint of the lamp emerges. Even though you basically never do it right, you'll do it right now to impress Rin. I could draw a diagram of the glass material, shape, and even the flow of strength that would correspond to blood vessels in humans. So all I have to do now is put my magical energy into those blood vessels. Oh shoot. So you just know the lamps. Hold on. Glass material shape, so I forget, to do this, do you have to know the makeup, or can you just learn the makeup with your magical mechanic skills? I think you can learn the makeup with your magical mechanic skills and then copy that makeup or something like that. Because you have to copy the makeup with your body to strengthen or something. Magic science. I just have to do as I always do. The feeling of driving a burning metal rod in my backbone. X-ray vision could be real great at spotting weakness in people, things. Yeah, but he seems to only have... For one thing, I think he can only do it with things he touches. I think. That's the extent of his magic. Because it's based on just him and not the magic around him or whatever. But also, I'm pretty sure he can do it with just... Oh, right. Because he can do it... To be fair, I guess he can do it with people, but he would only see in skeletal structures. Which I don't know. Well, I guess if he theoretically did it with... He'd have to, But a people makeup is a lot more complicated than the thing makeup. I don't know if he can do mechanical magic with people. Theoretically, you should be able to, but it'd be extremely specific. And I'm not sure if he'd be able to. So, what's going on? We're freaking, magical mechanicking. All I have to do is stick that incompatible burning nerve into my body and familiarize myself with yourself with it. What if you did it with a person? You familiarize yourself with the person's makeup, and then Wise talked about how it would just be bone structure, which isn't that sexy. But I disagree, and so does Date. Oh gosh, that's a callback. And eventually a call forward. I'll get around to it. Once that succeeds, all I have to do is pour in the correct amount of magical energy for the glass and... Uh-oh, you broke the lamp. I broke it. Is it because the lamp is kind of in the shape of a penis and you had too many sexual thoughts? Well, then again, you could argue a sword is shaped such a way too, so never mind. Or a lead pipe, not a sword, but I must not have been able to control it, as I put more than the proper quality of magical energy into it, quantity. As a result, the glass breaks easily. Well, darn, the glass shattered. And if it shatters, that means you're a Norma. What? Okay, I'm making all kinds of weird references now. And also, you can't be a Norma, you're a guy, never mind. Ellipses. I look up at Tosaka timidly.
やっぱりそうじゃないかって思ってたんだけど、本当にそうだったか。
As I thought this might be the case, but it really was. Who was what case? Which case are we on? Let's make every possible reference. I was never a fan of Case 5, although most cases felt kind of weak. Case 1 was arguably the best because it was short, to the point, distinct. Case 4 had sort of a big plot hole. Case 2 was kind of a mess. Case 3, the prosecutor just didn't know what he was doing. But thankfully, Case 6 through 9, I think, were all around good. Even though people don't like Case 8, I'm like, no, Case 8 is good, people. I'm sorry.
そうじゃないかって何がだよ、遠坂。
What do you mean you thought so, Tosaka?
そんなの決まってるでしょ。あんたの才能のなさに呆れたのよ。そもそも基本がなってない。まったく、よくもそんなデタラメな方法で魔力を生成できるもんだって感心するわよ。
Isn't it obvious? I'm just dumbfounded by your lack of talent. First of all, you don't have the basics down. Geez, I'm impressed you can produce magical energy with such a ridiculous method. You're dumbfounded by my lack of talent? But you say you thought so. Like, when I told you I can't really do much, then you're like, what? I thought you had at least basics, and now you're gonna see how much I actually have, and I apparently failed, but you said, oh, I thought you'd fail. But then you're like, isn't it obvious? I'm dumbfounded, but that you failed. It's just a contradiction. I know words are just probably coming out of your mouth because you're feeling so sexual now. All of a sudden, all the sexual feelings are coming to you all at once, and it's awkward, and I know. You'll get over it. Eventually, you'll get used to it. First of all, you don't have the basics down. Geez, I'm impressed you can produce magical energy with such a ridiculous method. I mean, Shiro, I don't know if you'd say producing is the right word. It's a very failed method of producing, that's for sure.
遠坂、もしかして怒ってる？
Tosaka, are you angry because of my relationships with other females? Are you angry because of your perceived relationship with another male? Or are you angry because I'm a sucky mage?
当たり前じゃない。こんな基本的な問題を抱えたまま鍛錬してきたあんたにも呆れてるし、間違いを正さなかったあんたの死には殺意さえ覚えるわ。
Of course, I'm amazed you've kept training with such basic problems, and I even want to kill your teacher for not correcting you. Sorry, they're already dead. They were my father. Thanks. Awkward. Also, the reason I don't think they ever taught me the proper way is because they didn't even want me doing magic in the first place, but...
なんだってあんたはこんな遠回りなことになってるのよ。
Why are you taking such a long route? He doesn't know the other routes, and he hasn't for all his life. And he never looked into it because, I don't know, I guess he didn't know how to look into it, to be fair. And he wouldn't have wanted to slight his father by looking into it after he died when his father purposely distanced himself from the Magic Association, but... My romantic side thought you were going to be someone alright, but my logical side knew you were a fucking idiot. Oh, that's why the double standards? I can see that. Why are you taking such a long route?
言ってることはわからないが、親父の悪口はよせ。俺に才能がないのは俺の責任なんだから、親父は関係ないだろ。
I don't get what you're saying, because I'm stupid, but don't insult my father. It's my fault that I don't have any talents. My father has nothing to do with it. Rin's gonna have to relate to that to some extent because it was also her father that taught her magic, but her father taught her a bit better. Arguably too much better, which is why she is so wrapped up in this whole Grail War thing, and so caught off guard by the idea of romance. And you really shouldn't be getting into the whole romance thing in the Grail War, but she's never had it before, so she doesn't know how to deal with it, so, you know. I mean, boys have asked her out, but she's never thought anything of it, so.
関係あるわよ。仮にも弟子にしたんなら教え子の道を正すのが師匠じゃない。
Of course he has something to do with this. If you take an apprentice, it's the role of the teacher to correct the student. I don't think he wanted to correct me because I don't think he wanted to be magic at all. Like, your relationship is different. Your father took you on, and that was the whole point, is to carry on the Tosaka name. I'm pretty sure Kiritsugu wanted all this magic to die with him.
そりゃもういない人に当たっても仕方がないけど、それにしたってあんたの師匠は初めの手順を間違えているわ。
Well, you're right that it does no good to take it out on someone who's already gone, but still, your teacher got the first step wrong. Okay, what's the first step? Still angry, Tosaka takes out some kind of a can from her bag. Maybe part of the reason Kiritsugu never got in deep with magic with Shiro is because Shiro didn't have any kind of magical crest, and Kiritsugu wouldn't have been able to pass it on because I think it's, you know, has to be a blood relative, I believe. And Kiritsugu knew that to give Shiro any proper magic training, Shiro would have needed, like, magic drugs, and Kiritsugu never wanted Shiro getting involved with magic drugs, which I can understand. But, you know, harsh times, harsh circumstances. Tosaka takes out some kind of can from her bag. Is this the magical druggy can? Looks like a can filled with candy drops. Oh god, those are the drugs? Something foreign children treasure. That's weird grammar. Something foreign children treasure? Eh? I've seen a lot of imitations in Japan as well. Wait, what? What are we talking about? Takes out some kind of can from her bag. It looks like a can filled with candy drops. Something foreign children treasure. Is that the name of it? Is that the name of the brand? I've seen a lot of imitations in Japan as well. Imitations of what? Candy drops? That thing has several varieties of candy, and the white one being the mint. But these aren't candy, they're magic drug candy, right? Or the drugs have been implemented into the candy? Or are they actually just candy and the drugs are something else?
シロ、手出して。
Hold out your hand, Shiro. Eh? I put out my hand. Tosaka shakes the can and takes out a radish candy drop. Okay. Oh, hey, radish, it comes back. Earlier, Taiga threw a hot radish at me. Why radishes, though?
はい。それ飲んで。
Alright, swallow that. Eh? I put it in my mouth as instructed. Oh boy, are we gonna start magically tripping balls?
甘くない。
It's not sweet. Huh? Shiro, reddish, renegade, not radish. I'm sorry, what? Oh, a reddish candy drop. I read radish. I'm sorry. I thought it was clever. I thought it was clever when Taiga threw the hot radish at me earlier, and now it was a radish candy drop. I thought that was a neat narrative flair. But it turns out I was wrong. Okay. Points off, game. You've gone down to a 6 out of 10. What? Reddish, I get it, because he has red hair, but that's less neat than what I was thinking. It's not sweet. No, it has taste. It has no taste, actually. And this feeling. It feels more like rock than candy. Odd. No. No, I definitely still taste radish. I forcibly swallow it down.
食道がヒリヒリするけど。
Oh!
今のは何なんだよ。
Itai! Ouch! My throat hurts. What was that, Tosaka? Ugh. You sure it wasn't radish?
何って宝石に決まってるじゃない。見てわからなかった？
It's a jewel, of course. Can you tell by looking at it? One of your jewels? Did I have to eat one of your jewels to get magically drugged? Is there not like a standard magical drugging formula? Straightforwardly. Tosaka says something outrageous. I mean, you gotta get that magic flowing through your veins somehow.
宝石ってなんで？
A jewel? Why?
仕方ないでしょ。薬も用意してきたんだけど、 白を強制するにはそんなものじゃ効かないの。だから一番強いのでスイッチを開くしかないなって。
I can't help it. I prepared some medicine too, but that sort of thing won't work if I want to fix you. Those are big words. I decided I'd just have to open the switch with the strongest one I have. Open the switch? As in my magical switch is turned off? And this is something that can be done. So, like, magical drugs would be required to open my switch? As if my metachlorians are being contained in the wrong way because I'm not supposed to be magic, and maybe when the magic crest is passed on, my switch is automatically turned on. But for people that don't have a magic crest, like, it has to be manually turned on with, like, drugs or something. And if this is turned on, like, if this is turned on, can I start properly flowing mana to Saber? You don't know about this still, Ren, but Saber's not been receiving any mana from me. Would this fix it? Because if this fixes it, then you are unknowingly super helping me out. Also knowingly helping me out a little, but not, you don't know how much you're helping me out in that case.
いや、そういうことじゃなくてだな。なんだって宝石なんか飲ますんだよ、お前は。そんなん消化できるか。
Shiro, pay attention. No, that's not the point. Why are you making me swallow a jewel? I can't digest something like that. It's exactly the point. Why are you making a swallow? Listen to the words she's saying. I can't help it. I prepared some medicine. That sort of thing won't work if I want to fake. Oh, so the medicine would have been interesting. What's the medicine like versus? So she's trying to open the switch with the jewel. That's what she's doing. But what does the medicine have then? I prepared some medicine too. So there's like, that's the drugs, but then the jewel is separate. So, like, there's opening the switch, and then there's maybe enhancing you. Maybe the medicine enhances you, but to open the switch in the first place, she needs the jewel? Magical medical science.
あのね、不安がるならもっと別のことを不安がりなさい。ただの宝石じゃないんだから。
Hey now, if you're gonna be worrying about things, you should be worrying about something else. It's not a normal jewel, you know. It's one of my jewels. Now a part of me will be inside you forever.
今のはまだ分かってないあなたに無理やり分からせるための強制装置。そろそろ解き始める頃だから気合い入れてないと気絶するわよ。
What I gave you just now is an enforcement tool that will let you find out about what you didn't know up until now. It should start melting right about now, so be prepared or you'll faint. Wait, it's an enforcement tool that will let you find out what you didn't know? What do you mean, find out? Just magically I'll gain knowledge I didn't have before? Like about how magic works? So this isn't something fixing... You said you were going to fix me. You meant fix me mentally? I thought you meant fix me physically. Like I wasn't properly aligned to do magic. And you were going to fix that. But you're saying... So this is more of a mental thing? Where you're just going to teach me a bunch of things by me swallowing a jewel? That seems a little more silly in my opinion. If I'm being completely earnest. But okay.
気絶するわよって、何爽やかに物騒な。
Why are you gonna tell me I'm gonna faint with... Just as I say that. Are you gonna faint? Cause you're too stupid? The abnormality hits me. Oh shit, she's magicking you up. Let's go. Magic drugs. My body is burning. The feeling in my limbs goes numb. A lump of heat that can only be described as pain enters my back. I have to concentrate my mind at my forefront and squeeze it, or I won't be able to stay standing. If you faint in this position, I mean, I don't know. Kinky? I mean, is it bad if he faints? It might be bad in the sense that he won't be able to do any training tonight, but is there any long-term effects beyond just fainting? So the pain is focused on the back? Interesting. Probably because that's where the magic, like, normally he ends up putting his, like, when he does his magic, he has to, like, shear his back. Maybe this is making it so he won't have to shear his back anymore, and that's why it's focused on the back. It sounds like a Native American thing with them taking drugs, going on spiritual journeys to discover shit about yourself. I mean, yeah, that's sort of like, you know, I don't know how much I buy into that, but, you know, yeah. In this case, though, I feel like there's actual more science to the magical drug than just taking a drug and, you know, seeing funny things, but... What? What is this? I know it. I know this feeling. Does it feel like you're almost dying? Like when Berserker killed you? Do I gotta whip out my almost dead voice? This is a failure. Oh, this is what it feels like when you fail to do the screw properly and it kills you. But in this case, it's meant to feel like that, right? Right? Or are you about to die? We're about to enter the Taiga Dojo, all awkwardly. Oops! Fucked up my magic drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. They can actually kill you. And it is possible. Granted, you know, there's other reasons for not to do drugs, but that is one of them. This is a failure. This is the reaction that happens in my body when I fail to construct a magic circuit inside me. Oh, so when you fail to construct it, that's when you die, right? It means you die, doesn't it? But maybe this is a different case because you're not constructing it for the same reason?
大丈夫。苦しいでしょうけど、今の状態を維持していれば少しずつ楽になるわ。
That's bad.
体の熱さだけは2、3週間続くだろうけど。
It's alright. It must be painful, but it should gradually get better if you can maintain that condition. Well, the burning feeling will continue for about 2 or 3 weeks, though. The burning feeling, so I'll continue to feel like this for like 2 to 3 weeks? Oh shoot, do I have time for that? Can I properly train with Saber in that time? Is this just gonna take over everything? Even if this lets me properly use magic, yes, that's a big deal, but like 2 to 3 weeks I gotta wait. That's huge. Especially when people like Shinji know about me. Lancer knows where I should know where I live in theory. That's scary. 2 to 3 weeks of feeling like shit. Like, will I still be able to perform optimally and it'll just hurt? Or will the hurting actually get in the way of performing optimally? I want to answer her back, but I don't have the energy to do so. All I can do is try with all my might to stay standing. Which way is forward? When did Tosaka take her clothes off? Is Tosaka bleeding? No, that's her clothes.
いい？魔術師と人間の違いっていうのはスイッチがあるかないかなの。
Okay. The difference between a Magus and a Muggle is whether they have a switch or not.
このスイッチっていうのは魔術回路のオンオフだってのはわかるでしょ？
You should know that this switch is the toggle for the magic circuit. Okay. Okay, so are we saying that humans also have the switch but it's turned off, and so I was a human with it turned off, and when it's turned on I'm considered a Magus? Or do humans not even have the switch in the first place and it can just never be turned on? But I had the switch, which means I am a Magus, but it was turned off? Which is it? What are we getting at?
ほら、そこにお湯を沸かせる電気ポットがあるじゃない？魔術師っていうのはそれなの。で、普通の人はお湯は沸かせないけど、お湯を保温できるポットってわけ。
See, there's an electrical pot that can boil water. A Magus is just like that. And a normal person is a pot that can keep the water warm but can't boil it. Okay. So a normal person is a normal pot, where a Magus is an electrical pot. But electrical pots need to be turned on to work. So we are saying that Shiro is a Magus. He's been magic. He just had his switch turned off. So there are some people that are born with just no magic whatsoever and just can't do it. They just are always going to be regular pots. Would magic drugs just not work at all in people like that? If they don't have a switch at all, would no amount of magic drugs work? Is that a thing? In which case, this would be more like Harry Potter than it would be like Star Wars. Because even in Star Wars, the idea is everyone has some amount of midichlorians. Just that a Jedi would normally have 10 times the amount of midichlorians as a normal person.
似たようで違うものなのよ、私たちは。
We are similar but different.
お湯を沸かすスイッチのあるなしは、もう個人ではどうしようもない問題でしょ？
So I think this is more like Harry Potter. Magic drugs may be trying to supply electrical to a normal pot, which means it does jack shit. Oh, I see. As if it's trying to supply energy and there's nowhere to plug it in because the electrical pot doesn't have the regular plot doesn't have a plug-in. That's an interesting analogy. We're similar but different. The question of whether one has the switch or not is beyond the grasp of the individual. Okay. Interesting. That's interesting.
生まれつき、いえ、作られる時に電気ポットか保温瓶か分けられるんだもの。スイッチがない人には一生魔術なんて体験できない。
Okay, so confirmed. This is Harry Potter. This is not Star Wars. Not everyone can be special. You're either born with it or you're not. I mean, we already knew that to an extent by you could get the magic crest inherited, but it's on another level than that. Because, like, it's even on another level than that. Some people will just never do magic. Thankfully, Shiro at least has a switch in the first place, even if it is turned off. When we are born, no, when we are made, we are separated into insulators and kettles. A person without the switch will never be able to experience magic. Okay. Alright. That's, man, that makes me... So, to become a master, we have to have a switch, right? We have to have some amount of magic. We can't be a master without having some amount of magic, I take it. Like, if we have no switch, we just can't be part of the Grail War, I guess? Darn. I want to see... I'm a huge fan of badass normals in settings like that. Something that, you know... I'm always a fan of whenever they set up... Whenever a setting sets up, like... Oh, there's these people that are special, and these people are decidedly unspecial. I'm always someone who roots for someone who's unspecial, but still does their best anyways. In this case, Shiro's... He's unspecial in the sense he doesn't have a magic crest, but he's not unspecial. He's not unspecial in the sense that, he does have a switch. Which, I don't know. I'm not sure if, like, there can be a master without a switch. If there is, I'm the kind of person that would root for that person, because I think it's, you know, neat to see the person that has no magic do a cool job. But, the badass normal, as the TV tropes would call it. The question, does Shinji have the switch? I've grown distasteful of badass normals because it becomes, he's done superhuman feats, but he's totes normal gals. Okay, look, I really like the badass normal as long as it's not overdone. Like, if I'm to, you know, make an example, I don't know, if we're to take Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds for example, there was the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. I'm going to give away a couple minor spoilers if you care. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is amazing, by the way. But there are these people called signers, which are basically chosen by the chosen dragon, and they were, you know, they're essentially the signers have chosen them to eventually fight a terrible evil with kill children's card game, whatever. It's based on an old ancient ritual or whatever. But there's like 5 of them that were chosen, and Crow is a character that was not chosen, and I thought it was super cool how he did a really good job against these, you know, crazy evil dark signers, even when he wasn't chosen at all. And then what happened at the end of that arc? Suddenly the signer mark shifted from someone else onto Crow, and he wasn't a badass normal anymore. That pissed me off. Don't make your badass normals not normal. The coolness of them comes from them being normal. I don't know. I feel, to me, Crow lost a lot of his appeal at that point in time in the story. But, I don't think, Shinji is a badass normal. Because to my understanding, you need a switch to even be a master, right? Unless well, I guess, like, Shinji, we don't know the full story of how Shinji summoned his servant. Because apparently he was forced to do it. So maybe technically someone else summoned the servant and just bound them to Shinji. So he could have potentially been a master without a switch. But we know he doesn't have a magical crest because he just has knowledge. But he still might have a switch. There's no reason, I don't think there's any reason to jump to the idea that Shinji doesn't have a switch. But we'll see. Anyways, when we are born, no, when we are made, we're separated into insulators and kettles. A person without the switch will never be able to experience magic.
いい？あなたは素人だけど、魔術回路は確かにある。
Alright, you're an amateur, but you definitely have a magic circuit. Uh-huh. If he didn't have a magic circuit, I don't think he'd even be able to use command spells. So, I don't know. To my understanding, you need a switch to even be part of the Grail War, but maybe I'm wrong in that. That just seems where my mind is going right now.
つまり適性はあるのよ。だから一度でも魔術回路を体内に作ってしまえば、あとは切り替えるだけでいい。
So, that means you have the talent. So if you make the magic circuit within your body even once, all you have to do after that is toggle the switch. I see. So what I've been doing to make it so that I can use the magic this whole time is I've been doing this awkward, complicated thing to turn the switch on, essentially. But it's always been a temporary turn on that just turns off immediately afterwards. And what you're doing now is fucking with my body in such a way that it will just make it so I don't have to go through all the convoluted things of manually setting up a bunch of, you know, to use the electrical analogy. It's like, every time I want to turn it on, I gotta go to a Walmart, buy a bunch of cables, plug it into the pot, then take it all around the house and find the weird outlet, and it's in such an awkward place, and I gotta move the bookshelf out of the way every time, plug it in, put it back, but then when I'm done using the magic, it all gets, because the house has bad electrical current or something, all the wiring just corrupts and I gotta buy new wiring and set it up every time. Whereas what she's doing is essentially making it so I buy, you know, maybe shift houses, or I don't know, analogy is weird, but like I get an outlet that's like right next to the pot, and it's just hell, you can even make it wireless, and all you got to do is boop on or off. And so I think that's what she's doing, where I'm doing it stupidly hard every time, whereas what she's doing is making it so it'll become easy from now on. But that's going to cost 2 or 3 weeks of feeling like shit, it seems.
スイッチを押して自分の中でオンとオフを切り替えるだけで魔力はなるわ。
You just have to press the switch and switch between words and switch between on and off to produce magical energy. Oh shit! I calm my breathing. As Tosaka says, it seems the situation won't get any worse if I calm myself down.
魔術回路を作るのは一度だけでいいのよ。だっていうのに、あなたは毎回一から魔術回路を作って、自分の中に組み込もうとしている。
You only have to make the magic circuit once, but you're trying to make the magic circuit from scratch and build it into you every time. Very inefficient.
それは無駄なの。一度でも体内に確立したものなら、あとは切り替えるだけでいいんだから。
That's just a waste. If you establish it in your body even once, all you have to do is switch it on. Mm-hmm.
本来ね、魔術回路を成し得たものは、次にいつでも切り替えられる鍛錬を受けるのよ。
Usually, a magus who establishes a magic circuit next receives training to switch it on. And that would be the first step. That would make sense. They don't have to waste a bunch of time and energy, like, creating it every time. That does make sense, but... Again, I give Kiritsugu a bit of a free pass because I don't think he wanted Shiro to know magic in the first place. But still, once Shiro decided to know magic, maybe he should have taught him about that. But maybe he decided not to because Kiritsugu wanted to dissuade Shiro from pursuing it. And he thought that if he made it super hard on Shiro to even do it, Shiro might abandon it. But then again, that's very... Kiritsugu seemed like he wanted Shiro to sort of... And Shiro even seemed like he wanted to take on Kiritsugu's wishes, but not in the magical sense. I don't know. Maybe Kiritsugu didn't realize how stubborn Shiro would be in trying to pursue the magic, even if he was doing it all wrong. Maybe because he didn't realize he was doing it all wrong.
けど、あなたの死はそれをしなかった。だから毎回、死の危険性を負って魔術回路を作る、なんて真似をしてる。
But your teacher didn't do that. That's why you're building a magic circuit and risking death every time. Also, the whole, fuck, making a magic circuit has a chance of dying is less deadly if you only had to do it once. Oh yeah, that's right. Making a magic circuit has a chance of dying. That's, yeah. If you only do it once and then never have to worry about it again, that's a lot more safer. Kiritsugu, that's one reason to have taught him properly. Maybe you told him it has a chance of dying and never taught him properly because you just didn't want him to pursue magic, but unfortunately he pursued it anyway, so thankfully he didn't die up until now.
いえ、もしかしたらあなたの父親も同じ勘違いをしていたのかもしれないけど。
Maybe your father made the same mistake as well. What, he did it every time? If he did, I don't know if he did that or not. I don't remember very clearly in Fate Zero if that was established, but he was definitely good at it. If he did do it every time, he got good at it because he was very good with those magic guns. I breathe out. The feelings in my limbs slowly return.
ずっと間違って鍛錬してきたあなたのスイッチは閉じている。こうなっちゃうと力技でこじ開けてシロの体にスイッチがあるって分からせなくちゃいけないでしょ。
I see. Thankfully, we're not too old. I imagine, to take Star Wars again as an analogy, even though we're definitely Harry Potter, not Star Wars, to take Star Wars as an analogy, if we were at a younger age, this would probably be easier as our body would be less used to the wrong way. But now that we're this old, we're still younger than we could be, but now that we're this old, our body's used to the wrong way for so long, it's going to be more painful, I would assume. As you've trained the wrong way for a long time, your switch is closed. If that's the case, all we can do is open it by force and make your body understand there is a switch. I see. I'm understanding the magical science. I like this nitty-gritty stuff, as I've said before. I like it when this magical BS actually has explanations, instead of just being, it's magic, it doesn't need explanations. Haha.
いい？今の宝石はね、そのスイッチを強制的にオンにするものよ。だからシローはずっとそのまま。元の状態に戻りたかったら、シロー自身の力でオフにするしかない。
See, the jewel just now is something that forces the switch to turn on. So you'll be like that forever. As in, I'll be always turned on as long as the jewel's inside me. I can't even turn it off. Down, boner, down. If you want to return to your original state, you'll have to turn it off with your own power. Okay. So I'll have to essentially... Normally, people would have to decide to turn it on to use magic, but you've put me in the position that I'm going to have to now go out of my way to use effort to turn it off. I see. So, like, maybe when the switch is turned off, people can't sense your magical energy, and when it's turned on, people can sense it? Can you sense it even if they have a switch, but it's just turned off? Oh gosh, I have all these kinds of nitty-gritty magical questions.
それができたのなら、あとは宝石の助けなんていらないわ。以後は比較的簡単な精神の作用で、あなたは魔術回路を操れるようになる。
If you can do that, you won't need the jewel's help anymore. After that, you should be able to handle the magic circuit with a simple mental operation. Okay, but like... So, it's melting inside me? Am I ever gonna poop it out? How does this work? It mixed into my bloodstream or something? It's not like gonna pass through my esophagus? Because if it was, I would just poop it out in like a day or two.
それは分かったけど
I get that, but can't I do anything about the heat in my body? And she talks about this switch, but what am I supposed to do?
もう喋れるの？
What? You can speak already? Oh, you didn't think he'd even be able to speak by now. Uh-huh. That's another reason to be impressed. All right. 1 point for Shiro not sucking entirely. Oh, there he goes. Shiro's a natural, of course. He's been doing it all wrong all along because he's too stupid. But now that he knows how to do it right, when he gets a good teacher, he's actually pretty smart. Bra bra bra.
はあ、自身のコントロールはうまいんだ。なら、思ったより早く元に戻れるかもね。
You're good at controlling yourself. Then maybe you can turn to your normal state rather quickly. Willpower training? Oh, shoot. Yeah, maybe that helped. Because he did it wrong for so long, and he practiced doing it wrong, the fact that he had to do that so many times is maybe going to help him fight through this pain quicker, so maybe it won't take 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe it'll only take a few days for him to get through all the burning.
スイッチそのものは今の状態を落ち着けよう。早く楽になろうって体の方で勝手にオフにしてくれるから。
Good at controlling yourself, anger management? I think it also has to do with him trying to form the frickin' thing every single time, but anger management I suppose helps. The switch will automatically turn off as your body tries to calm down and tries to get comfortable again.
あとはそのスピードを自分の意思で速くするだけ。ね、簡単でしょ？
All you have to do is hasten the process with your will. See? It's easy, right? I mean, you've never had to do something like this because you had the magical crest. I guess you did have to switch it on, I suppose. Does everybody, when you're a baby and you come out of the doctor, sorry, when you come out of your mother, the doctor takes the baby out of the mother. Do you come with your switch turned off? Or do some people come with magic turned on? Like, do magic people get magic doctors to be like, it's a boy. Oh, they're switching. They don't have that many midichlorians. I'm sorry, you're going to have to get another child. This is a muggle. We'll go take this one outside and shoot it in the head. I don't think that works that way. I think if your parents are magic, you're just going to be magic. And even if you're not, the magical crest will force you to be magic. I don't know. Would the magical crest even get transferred to you if you're not magic? Is it possible for magical parents to have non-magical kids? How does that work? I don't know. Magical babies. Did she ever have to go through the process similar to this, or was it much easier because she did it at a much younger age? How much younger age? Was she always able to, do it, like, how young, don't think to manifest the magic circuit to even turn the circuit on? I don't know. I guess she has to manifest it, but, like, everyone's supposed to always have a switch. So, like, I'm not sure. Seems complicated. I don't know. Magic science. How do babies work? How do magical babies work? Did the magical society have magical doctors to give birth to magical babies? Or do they just use regular doctors? Anyways.
いや、だから全然わからない。
Like I said, I don't understand at all. It's okay if you don't understand, you're still good at it, you idiot. You stupid, fucking amazing idiot. You lucky piece of shit who's good at things even though you're stupid.
スイッチだなんて言われても実感湧かないぞ。
I'll say wise. You said you're sick of badass normals? I'm sick of freaking, I don't know, I'm sick of the main character trope of, oh, I'm stupid, but I'm still naturally gifted. Whereas the smart person just can never get ahead. No matter how smart they are, they're just not naturally gifted enough. That fucking drives me crazy in narratives. I've grown to really hate it. The gifted main character that's stupid, but they're good at things, so it's okay. I don't know. I really grown to dislike that. But you say a switch, but I don't feel anything like that. And I would call this an example of that. where it's not him being natural. It's not, I mean, it's different because, you know, he did do the wrong way for so long, which is something to be respected. And I do respect him for that. I'm just, you know, this does show signs of that, which bugs me, but Idiot Savant is the name? I suppose. Is it? Let me look that up on TV Tropes real quick. Idiot Savant. Idiot Savant. Idiot Savant. A person who has a mental or learning disability, but is extremely gifted in a particular way. Okay, that's not what I would call that. Maybe that's the way dictionary defines it, but what about TV Tropes? Because that's not how I'm personally using the trope that I'm speaking of. Under virtually all circumstances, they seem to be so stupid and socially awkward they likely have a mental disorder. They don't necessarily have to have a mental disorder. They could just be stupid. That's rude to people with mental disorders. But put them in the right kind of situation and they'll demonstrate outstanding brilliance. Generally, fighting. Anyways. What were you saying? The thing is, he's not even being good at magic. As Rin said, this is mostly just willpower. Well, then he's good at willing. Sheer defining characteristic is willpower. Okay. I get it. He's very stubborn. I understand that. But, like, you know, fine. I respect him a little bit because it is the stubbornness and he had to do it for so long. I'm just saying it you know, it reminded me of the other thing that is like this.
今はそうだけど、そのうち明確にイメージできるようになるわ。頭の中にポンってボタンが浮かぶようになるから。あとはそれを切り替えるだけで、とりあえず魔術回路は簡単に開けるようになるわよ。
It'll be like that now, but you should be able to get a clear image eventually. It'll be like a button in your head. So all you have to do is switch on, and you'll be able to open the magic circuit easily. No, like I said, I don't understand at all. You say a switch, I don't feel anything. It's going to take some time, I guess. Is it going to take those few days or even longer than that? Should be able to get a clear image eventually. This is the first step. Yeah, this is even turning on to have magic at all. Now we got to do all the other steps. Time to do grade 1 magic. This wouldn't even been grade 1 magic. This would have been things that your parents taught you before you even started attending magic school. Did you attend a magic school, Ren? No, you were homeschooled. But I'm pretty sure magic schools are things, because I think there was one in Fate Zero, I believe. That was a magic school, right? Not a regular school? Yes, it was a magic school. Yes, I was thinking, was that a regular school that magic people happen to be at? I think it was just a magic school. Anyways, it's like in Harry Potter, this is getting your wand, right? Without your wand, you can't even, you know, you can do magic without your wand. It's just a lot more convenient when you have your wand. A lot more convenient.
だといいけどな。今はともかく気持ち悪い。
I hope so. I just feel really sick right now.
でしょうね。シロ、今まで強化の魔術を使ったらすぐに魔術回路を閉じてたでしょ。
I assume so. You always shut your magic circuit after you used your strengthening magic, right? I mean, I don't think he realized he was shutting it, but yeah.
今はその逆でずっと魔術回路が開いている状態だもの。いつでも全力疾走しているようなものだから。苦しいのは当たり前よ。
It's the opposite right now when your magic circuit is open the whole time. It's like running full speed all the time, so it's naturally painful. Or it's like leaving, you know, weighted trainings. You're leaving your weights on all the time. But eventually you'll get used to the weight of leaving the weights on. If you put your weights on your feet and then take them off every time, you know, you're done, I don't know, practicing your fighting, I don't know, analogies. But then you just leave them on in your daily life. Eventually you'll get used to the weight of them. Which in that analogy, when you take them off, you'll get super fast, which isn't really the same thing because the weights in this analogy are giving you your power. But I don't know. Let's say the weights in this case are your, like, boxing gloves. Let's say you're a boxer, and these are super powerful boxing gloves that give you super amazing powers, but they're super fucking heavy. But eventually you'll get used to just having them all the time if you keep wearing your boxing gloves. Granted, in real life, you'd probably not wear your boxing, but these are super magic strong boxing gloves. I don't know, I'm just making weird analogies because, you know, I do. I do what I is. I is what I do.
けど、魔術師ならそれぐらいは必須条件なんだから。マスターとして戦うって言うんなら、スイッチのオンオフはきっとシローの助けになる。
That's an essential requirement to be a magus. If you're gonna fight as a master, toggling the switch will surely help you out.
分かってる。不意打ちだったけど遠坂には感謝してる。確かにスイッチなんてものが実感できるようになるなら
I know.
それはプラスだからな。
It was a surprise. But I'm thanking you. You're right. If I can feel the switch thing, it'll certainly be a bonus.
分かってるじゃない。けど感謝される言われなんてないわよ。私は協力者であるあんたが弱いままだと困るから手助けしているだけなんだから。
You understand pretty well, but there's no need to thank me. I'm just helping you because I'm in trouble if the person I'm cooperating with is weak. You're not in too much trouble. If you help him become too good, then when you eventually have to fight him, in the finals or whatever, along with the fact that Saber is just, assumedly the best, you'll be in trouble if you can't keep up. So don't train him too well. Sorry, water down the wrong throat. Wrong throat? I always say that. That's just the thing I'm going to say from now on. I know the expression is wrong tube, but I don't know. Wrong throat has stuck with me. From now on, I'm just going to keep saying wrong throat, and I'm not even going to try to fight it. Tosaka looks away. It must be because my body is burning. Is that why she looks away? Or are you thinking about something else? Blankly, I think that the embarrassed Tosaka is cute. Really? Even when you're feeling like shit, it gets you... You still have your boner on. I respect that. Or maybe because of it. Maybe the magic drugs enhance your... No, if that was the case, I think Tosaka would be a bit more horny. I don't know.
何よ、人の顔ジロジロ見て。
What? What are you staring at my face for? I'm just recognizing how much of a cute tsundere you are. You really exemplify the trope well. Oh, hubba hubba. Are you on the TV tropes page?
いや、遠坂は素直じゃないなって思っただけだ。
Nothing. I just thought you're honest. No, I just thought you're not honest. Depends on what way you mean. Not honest about her sexual feelings? Definitely. Which part is she not honest about? Embarrassed Tosaka. Oh, you're noticing the embarrassment. To be fair, unlike before where she was only subconsciously wanting my dick, she's very consciously wanting it now. So I guess that's why Shira's able to notice it a bit better. He's not the best at noticing things under the surface, but he's okay at noticing things, if they're kind of blatant-ish, I guess. I just thought you're not honest.
そう、そんな軽口を叩けるなんて余裕あるじゃないエミヤくん。そんなに元気なら
Cute.
続けて教えても大丈夫よね。
You're calling him Emiya-kun again. I see. You must have excess energy if you're able to say such things. I can continue teaching you with that much energy, right? Oh boy. Even though I'm still getting over my pains, you're not just gonna give me a day to rest. We're gonna go right into the training, even though I'm still feeling the pains. But if I have enough gung ho to insult you, Tosaka approaches me smiling. Approaches. Oh gosh, are we doing it? Wait, I'm feeling like this. Awkward timing. Hold on. I can barely move my body right now.
それじゃあもう一度強化をしてみて。
Try your strengthening again. This sounds like a bad time to do that. But okay, I guess we should give it a go if I am still feeling, up to it-ish, relatively speaking.
今のあなたじゃ魔力のコントロールもできないだろうけど、その状態に慣れてもらわないと戦力にならないわ。
You shouldn't be able to control your magical energy right now, but you'll be of no use if you don't get used to that condition. So, just control it even though you're not supposed to. Learn to control it right now anyways, because otherwise you'll suck.
大丈夫。ランプは山ほど持ってきたし、何十回失敗するかわからないけど、強化が成功するまで休ませてなんてあげないから。
It's alright, I brought lots of lamps. I don't know how many times you'll screw up, but I won't let you rest until you succeed in strengthening. But, I only succeeded once after years and years and years. What if we have to do this all night? Will you, at what point am I allowed to, you say I could do it as long, but there has to be some cutoff point. Eventually we have to sleep. Eventually you have to sleep. Smiling, she hands the lamp to me, still barely able to move. Even in this condition! Wow, that's mean! Is this because I said you're not honest, or would you have done this either way? God, that's hot, but that's mean! Oh! Does she look more or less hot like this now, Shiro? Does she get your rocks off her? Does she get your offer roxer? Does she... Roxas? Rucksack? Whoa, this is like telling someone with a 40-degree fever to walk on a long tightrope. Uh-huh. Get used to it. This is your Tosaka training. You thought your saber training was bad.
参ったわ。まさかこっちが先に音を上げることになるなんてね。
As we've said, Shiro is nothing if not stubborn. Geez, I didn't think I'd give up before you did. You're ready to call it quits and go to sleep? You said you'd be willing to wait for him to get it right, but you didn't think it would take him this long? Jessica blames me with her glare.
いや、面目ない。
I'm sorry I suck.
私の見通しが甘かった。まさか30個全部壊されるなんて思いもしなかった。
You thought you had enough. My predictions were too optimistic. I never thought you'd break all 30. I hope those didn't cost too much. I'm ready for 30 more if you get some. 30 more helpings of a lamp, please.
悪いけど、今日の鍛錬はこれでおしまいよ。シローの強化を測れる道具がないから。
Sorry, but that's it for today's training. There's nothing to use to measure your strengthening anymore. Are you sure I could use my peanut? I could go grab some more lead pipes. That's funny. She only got 30. You really underestimated Shiro's stubbornness. Should have gotten at least 300. Minimum. Erg! But I did try. Yeah, well, trying doesn't matter if you keep failing. Learn to try better. You know what? I like this. I like this. Again, his best quality is his stubbornness. He's not naturally gifted. Now that he has the magic switch, he's not all of a sudden doing it amazingly. He still sucks, but he doesn't give up. I respect that. I tried hard with a body that's burning like I'm in a boiling kettle. I tried hard, but it's just the strengthening failed in spite of that. You gotta get good, man. Doesn't matter how much you try. Maybe you need some tips and tricks of how to strengthen. Granted, this is more of a you thing. Rin doesn't even really do the strengthening, does she? I don't know.
あのさ、ガラスが割れただけなら、父さんが直せるだろ。以前、うちの窓ガラスを直してくれたじゃないか。
You're just gonna have her waste some magic to fix all that so you can break them again? Granted, if they're fixed that way, will they be the same, or will the composition change somewhat? Will it be the same, or will it be, like, watered down and not appropriate? If it's just the glass breaking, you can fix it, right? You fixed the broken glass window before. I remember that. That was a while ago. Maybe it was only a few days in-game, but, like, it's been months.
無理。あれは普通に破損したものでしょ。こっちはシローの魔力に耐えきれなくなって割れたものだもの。他人の魔力を帯びたものに干渉するのは難しいって覚えておいて。
It's impossible. That was something that broke normally. This broke because it couldn't endure your magical energy. So magical breaking is different than regular breaking. So magic can only fix things, you know, that are regularly, but they can't fix a magic. Magic counters out magic. Is it like, you know, electrons and neutrons and positrons and protons and the negatives and the positive? Like the real world stuff is the positive, and the negative can fix the positive, but can't fix other negatives. Is my magic analogy any good? Remember that it's hard to affect something that carries the magical energy of another.
そうですか。
I see. So my magic has permanently tainted it, so your magic can't fix it? Only potentially my magic could, but then I would actually have to get good to do that, I guess?
そうよ。いいからシローは休んでいいわ。今日はスイッチを呼び起こしただけでよしとしましょう。
Don't worry and go rest. I'll call it enough to have turned your switch on today. Interesting. So before you were all mean and stuff about how, oh, I'm going to make you do this forever. But now you're being nice about it, which makes me think that you saw me struggling so much and that made you go, oh no, he's struggling. Oh, and you started to feel bad for him, which is why you're being nicer now all of a sudden. Even though you really are probably a mean teacher at heart, but you want my dick, so.
コントロールできるようになったら、この続きを教えるから。
I'll teach you the rest when you're able to control it. When the frick will that be?
休んでいいのはありがたいけど、この続きって何を教えてくれるんだ？
I'm glad I can rest, but will you teach me after this?
シロー、強化しかできないんでしょ？前にそれしか使えないって言ってたけど、それならもう少し上級の変化ぐらいまで持っていけるかもしれない。
You can only use strengthening, right? You said that's all you can use, so then you might be able to take it up to the next level and use transformation. Oh shoot, leveling up. Okay, so like he's gonna change, like instead of just strengthening a lead pipe, he'll change a lead pipe into like a sword, maybe? Ooh boy, leveling up items. I love crafting. I can't wait to see what'll happen. Like if I transform a lead pipe and get a sword, do I transform a lamp and get like a mace? Like, oh boy, this sounds goody. I love this aspect of RPGs, the crafting.
強化と変化。それに投影の魔術について教わったことはない？
Have you ever been taught about strengthening, transformation, and projection magic? Absolutely not. A little. Oh, you have? Well, never mind. You're ahead of me then, I think. Strengthening is used to strengthen something, as the word suggests. I assumed transformation was the next step, the way she was talking about it, but people tend to think of strengthening as hardening something, but it actually strengthens the object's effect. For example, swords will become sharper and lamps will become brighter. Oh, okay. I see. That's neat. Oh, lamps. Oh, lamps. Like lamps as in... Jeez. Lamps that you turn on and they become bright? What does it say about me that when I heard lamp, my first instinct was, oh, like what a genie comes out of? Like one of those kind of lamps? That is where my mind went, and that's where my mind's been this whole time. I don't think I need to explain too much for transformation either. For example, you can't create a fire with an edged weapon. Okay. No, this whole time I thought they meant like, you know, like a lamp, as if what a genie would come out of. Not a real, obviously a genie wouldn't actually come out of it, but like we're in the magical society, right? So I thought that's what she meant by lamp. For example, you can't create a fire with an edged weapon. That which attracts abilities beyond the normal effects is called transformation. Attaches abilities. Okay. So if you made a lamp that normally would produce light suddenly produce a genie, that would be a transformation. And projection, I think, was...
投影ってなんだっけ、Tosaka。よく親父が言ってた覚えはあるんだけど。
What's projection, Tosaka? I remember father talking about it often.
強化と変化は知ってるんでしょ？なら投影もおのずと想像はつくと思うけど。
You know about strengthening and transformation, right? Then I would think you'd naturally know what projection is.
まあ、要するに物を複製するって魔術よ。
In short, it's magic that reproduces something. Hold on, I've seen this a lot. I'm gonna look it up because, like, I don't know internet slang enough. What does it mean when someone says kek? What is kek? What is K-E-K? Depiction of the concept of primordial darkness in the ancient Egyptian Ogwald ceremony Hermerthiles. The Ogdode consisted of 4 pairs of deities, 4 male gods paired with their female counterparts. I don't think that's what they mean. What is keg slang? Keg means lol in WoW. I've never played WoW or lol. So now you know kek means lol in WoW. Don't thank us. What does kek mean? Kek is an acronym, abbreviation, or slang. Okay, well, what does kek stand for in abbreviation sense? Hold on, this is important facts I need to learn. I need to learn my internet slang. Gosh, dang it. This is important lessons for me. Just like how Shiro is learning magic, I'm learning slang. Kek, know your meme. Kek is a transformation of the acronym LOL, laugh out loud. Well, what does kek stand for then? Cackling, entering, cackling. While I'm reading text written by members of the Horde faction as an alliance player, you see, that's what makes me curious now. Are you a WoW person, Wise? Or did you get that from someone else who got it from WoW? Are you a chicken or an egg? Not originally from World of Warcraft, as some people think. Kek is the Korean approximation in English of laughter when typed on a Korean keyboard during StarCraft matches. Oh, God. Not originally from World of Warcraft. The Korean approximation in English of laughter when typed on a Korean keyboard during StarCraft. As StarCraft was made by Blizzard, as is World of Warcraft, their connection to laughter in both games seems to be a homage of sorts. Oh fuck, where did you find that out? Is that a quote? Where are you quoting that from? This is some hardcore learning I'm doing right now. So kek is like... On March 22nd, 2005, Urban Dictionary user submitted an entry for the word kek defining as lol in Orcish. Member submitted a question about cross-faction communication. On September, entry for kek was submitted slang website Internet Slang, defining it as lol in WoW. Top kek. Top kek is a brand of Turkish cake, which combined with the... Okay, we've went too far. We went too far. Too far in. I think I'll just take Wise's definition and run with it. Kek. I always sort of knew that kek was like laughter, but like, okay. So, it's from StarCraft, and then they took it to Warcraft, and now people think of it as lol from Warcraft, even though it's really from StarCraft. So, wise fool. Were you a Warcrafter, a StarCrafter, or neither, and picked it up along the way? Like, for example, I am learning it from you. I did not learn it from Warcraft or StarCraft. Where did you learn it from, Wise? Being the wise fool that you are. In short, it's magic that reproduces something.
強化や変化みたいに元からあるものに手を加える魔術じゃないわ。
It's not magic that elaborates on something that's already there. Okay. Okay, so like, if we produced a genie from this magic, you know, from this not magic lamp, would that be projection or be transformation? Oh, you got it from other Twitch streamers. So, okay, so I got it from you. You got it from other Twitch streamers, which did kek. Maybe they got it from Warcraft. Somewhere along the way, someone played World of Warcraft. And someone maybe even played original Warcraft. I do know that those are different things. Like when the Warcraft movie came out, people got mad that it wasn't like World of Warcraft, but then Warcraft fans got mad at the World of Warcraft people because they're like, no, it's not like World of Warcraft, it's like original Warcraft, you dicks. Because there was an original Warcraft. And so, because of that, I know about the Warcraft versus World of Warcraft thing. Anyways, it's not magic that elaborates on something that's already there.
基本的には無から1から10を全て自分の魔力で構成するものだから
Most of
難易
my
度的には最高ね。
Warcraft and World of Warcraft knowledge comes from Hearthstone, so... Basically, it's magic that constructs something from nothing, so it's the hardest. Okay. Okay. That's the hardest. That would be the hardest for me to do, for Shiro to do.
ああ、けど魔力ってのは使い捨てでしょ。
Magical energy is used only once, right? I have no idea what you mean by that. Explain. What do you mean only once? Huh?
投影で作り上げたものはすぐに消えてしまうのよ。
Oh, so something made with projection disappears quickly. So, like, I couldn't make a genie appear and then have him just chill. I would have to make a genie appear to someone for a little bit and be like, oh, booga booga, I'm pretending there's a genie that's going to give you 3 wishes. But then it just, you know, it disappears in, like, an hour. What's the duration? For this concentration spell, what is the duration for it to last before it wears off? Are we talking a minute? Is it concentration, or does it just happen once it's happened? Do I still have to keep concentrating it? Is this a concentration spell? D&D terms.
10の魔力を使って作り上げた投影の剣と1の魔力で強化させた剣とでは強化の剣の方が強くなる。
Comparing a projected sword made with 10 magical energy. 10 magical energy? We're actually gonna derive it as 10 magical energy? Isn't there a better unit for measuring magical energy? And a strengthened sword with 1 magical energy. Can we just call this, like, you know, mana or something? 10 mana points? With the pipe analogy, strengthening makes it harder. Transformation, it spouts fire. Projection, it's made out of thin air. As in the lead pipe itself is made out of thin air. I had to, you know, I didn't have it as a base. I created it with projection. A projected sword made with 10 mana points and a strengthened sword with 1 mana point. The strengthened one is stronger because the strengthened one is using a real sword, whereas the projected sword is projected and you had nothing to base it on. I see. But if I used a few strengthened points on a lead pipe, would that be stronger than a made-up sword that was projected, or would the projected sword still be stronger because it's still a sword, which is stronger than a lead pipe? At what point does the lines cross? I'm wondering.
強化は手を加えるだけでいいから効率がいいってわけ。
You only need to work on something that's already there, so strengthening is more efficient. I see. So it's like strengthening is the easiest, transformation is not as hard as projection, because you're not making something from nothing, you're taking something and changing it a bit. But then and projection is something from nothing. I get it. It's like ninjutsu, taijutsu, and genjutsu, except not at all.
その点、投影は魔力を使いすぎるからメジャーに使われる魔術じ
Actually,
ゃない
it kind of
わ。
is like it. I joked and said not at all, but now that I'm thinking about it, taijutsu would be sort of like strengthening. Ninjutsu would be sort of transformation. Genjutsu is making things from nothing, but not quite, because Genjutsu is illusions. Whereas these seem to be real, because if 10 magical energies makes a fake sword, and that's a real fake sword that can be felt, then that's not Genjutsu. But anyways, in that light, projection uses too much magical energy, so it's not a magic that's widely used. Granted, you can feel pain within a genjutsu, but you'd have to be trapped in a genjutsu. Anyways, Naruto talk. Projection uses too much magical energy, so it's not a magic that's widely used.
あ、思い出した。そういえば親父もそんなこと言ってたな。割りが合わないからやめろみたいな。
I remember. I think my father was saying something like that. He said something about not doing it because it wasn't worth it. Yeah, he used his guns as his basis a lot, so I'm guessing he did things like strengthen the guns. But he also used like magical bullets or something, which were just made to be magic, so I don't think he had to do much of the work there. He just had to... I'm not sure. Or did he... No, he started imbuing magic into the bullets? I forget how that works. Something like that. I forget if the gun was magic too, or just the bullets, or both. I don't remember exactly, but... Because it wasn't worth it.
そういうこと。さあ、質問が済んだのなら終わりにしましょう。足元もおぼつかないようだし、部屋の前までぐらいは送っていってあげるから。
That's it. All right, let's finish up if you're done asking questions. You seem rather unsteady, so I'll at least take you to your room. Thank you. That's polite, and not making Saber do it because you wanna be the one getting giving me a shoulder to cry on and not Saber. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Do we get to see it? Do we get a scene? Do we get a sprite? No. I let her accompany back to my... Oh, just accompany? And Saber is waiting for me at the doorway. Oh, shoot. You weren't home in time for bedtime, mister.
お疲れ様でした。二人とも。
Well done, both of you. And how much of that did you watch exactly, Saber? Ellipses. I don't even have the energy to respond. You had the energy for Tosaka, though. Rude. I answer with just a nod and enter my room.
シロはどうですか?
How is Shiro, Rin?
ダメ。すっごくダメ。あいつ才能ないわ。
He's bad. Really bad. He doesn't have the talent. But he is stubborn. It's a merciless statement just like Tosaka. And let me guess, I'm going to pass out and then she's going to say something nice about me off screen. That's what would happen if this was an anime and we got to see it. But because it's not an anime, it's from my perspective, we'll probably get to actually hear it with Shiro still being like awake, but he'll only be barely awake, so he won't take it in very well, and he'll pass out, so we, the audience, will still get to see it without needing a intermission or whatever, but he'll still, not really take it in, maybe? Or is that the end of the day? Oh, nighttime. And then when I notice, I'm looking up at the night sky. Oh, you did pass out and miss the point where she compliments you. Never mind, it is like an anime, but we didn't get to see it, which is not like an anime. Tonight, I didn't run away because I felt uneasy with that Saber. Also because you hurt super bad, so you probably don't want to be going to your shed and practicing now. Just after you practiced a bunch with Rin. Wait. I'm looking up at the night. Hold on. Wait. I read that wrong. It's not I didn't run away because I felt uneasy about Saber. It's I didn't run away because I felt uneasy about Saber. But you're saying you did run away? So you did find yourself outside? And you did this yourself? You walked outside and you don't remember it? Or you do remember it and you're about to account it? Eh? I'm just feeling the night wind, finding my burning body, and the things Tosaka taught me impossible to manage. Interesting. This feels a bit like a segue, a bit of a confusing segue, but I think this is a bit of a beat. This is a bit of a beat. I'm gonna make a save here. Shiro can magic now. Yay, maybe. Maybe he should take some Pepto for that magic drug burn. Okay. So, this was a bit short, but I intended for it to be a bit short. We have not dropped a single frame since the 800 or so, which was pre-stream. That's nice. Anyways, I intended for this to be a bit short, so it was a bit short. I just wanted to make sure I did some streaming on Wednesday, because I didn't want to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday without doing Fate. Was the important thing, because, yesterday is Majora, tomorrow's Doki. But anyways, I'm going to end it here. We did a lot of Rin training. I liked it. I liked a lot of the nitty-gritty. Some people might find an episode like that boring. I enjoyed the heck out of it. I will see you guys next time on more Fate Stay Night Blind. For the Twitch audience, I'm doing Fate again on next Friday. This Friday. And then Doki is tomorrow, which will hopefully finish up all our Doki loose ends. And then next week, we'll probably be looking at like Monday, Friday Fate. Thursday, lots of Fate. Like we might do super stupid long Fate. Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't know. I might take next Tuesday, Wednesday off from streaming. For certain reasons. That might happen. But Thursday would be super long. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking right now. But anyways, that's for the Twitch audience to worry about. I don't know, I'm leaving this in the YouTube video. YouTube, you get a little insight into me talking about schedules. That's the fun you can have by watching me on Twitch. Stop recording. Goodbye.